Hi there. Just want to give a quick recap here on week 7 and some comments. Some good feedback. A lot of things when we're doing group work, it is hard to assign who's doing what and how much of what and things of that nature. So it does make it a little tricky. But that's part of laying out the expectations for the students. It's not the easiest task, and you have to really put a lot of trust in your students. But as we move further and further along into, collaboration-based learning environments, small group instruction, things like that, those are just the expectations. And as the expectations are set over and over and over again and enforced, then the students will click on eventually. I mean, you might always have those stragglers and the outliers, but you have to put your faith in the students. Bringing up the point about the internet, issues about, is it being secured? Are they hitting appropriate websites? You do have to rely very heavily on your tech department in that case. And different schools are different ways. Some schools have the very lenient rules. As long as they're not getting into adult material, it's unfiltered, but others lock down even more. So that's something you have to work in when you're working those lessons is, how much freedom do the students have? Do you need to direct them to sites, or do you give them the freedom? That sort of thing. And the last part about the digital copyright, this is one thing teachers for years have been very lax on. They just, always fall behind. Well, if it's educational purposes, it's okay to use. But one big thing as teachers we need to know is we need to be teaching our students digital citizenship. So not just, that one teacher who teaches it for one period, one day a year, and, we just forget about it. But it's the idea of lead by example. We do have a lot of freedom as educators in terms of that free use, and that's fine. But it's the idea we need to teach our students to cite. It's the idea of, if you're going to use an image, use a PowerPoint, that's great. Just give the author credit. It's the idea, I know one of you brought that up. But if you're going to use an image, just a quick link underneath the image, or link the image to where you got it from, or, especially if you grab images like off of Flickr, you have all the information right there on the right-hand side. Throw the author underneath, or obviously the creator, things like that. So just those little bits help our students later on in life when it comes to citing sources and getting that information. The idea of, do we need to do it in a particular format, MLA, APA, whatever, that's pretty lax. The idea of just getting them to recognize, hey, I borrowed this, or I took this from somewhere. I just need to give the person credit by link, by name, something. And as teachers, we need to lead by example with that case. So that's just my opinion on that. So keep up the work, and we got one more week left, and I'll talk to you again later.